want to set up a run and gun build in BattleBit, just stick around for a sec and I'll show you exactly how. Boom. Alright, jumping straight into it. I'm kind of an older gamer, so I used to play BF2 about, like 12 years ago. And so my general go-to has been sort of DMR medic, slow moving, and I found myself getting shot in the back a whole lot by Vector users. And they were irritating. And then the nerf came around at patch 2.0, and now everything has changed. My Scar build seems to be as slow as hell, and bopping around the battlefield feels sort of sluggish now. So I decided to switch it up a little bit and jumped into an SMG build. And to do that, you've got to chuck yourself on the light armor. Go into your loadout and select light. Any of those options will do. And you don't want a helmet because that also slows your run speed down. You want to go to a empty slot. There are two here. I like the cap because, skater boy. And then switching out, you want to grab one of three guns. The MP7, which has a run speed of 1.1, minus attachments though. Each attachment can and does add a penalty. There's a PP2000, which also has great run speed, but I don't like it much. The Kriss Vector. Now I only used this after the patch, and after they dropped the damage drop off and the kill, the actual damage itself. I used it and I was running and gunning like crazy, and more recently I've just picked up the MP7 and that goes even better in a way. It's got a much better range. I still think the Vector is overpowered and the fire rate is nuts. So it just wins those real close battles like almost everyone. It's the shotgun of the game. So running without any foregrip or barrel attachment is a good way to keep the speed up, and whatever you do, don't reduce it below that 1.1. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot, you're thinking, 1.09 or 1.08, 1.07 doesn't make too much of a difference. But actually, in situations like that, the sheer speed that you're moving kind of catches people off guard because you're moving just a fraction faster than most people or other people are. A quick strafe to the left will dodge a lot of people's shots just because of your sheer movement speed, and this is the part that people don't really let on. By going right to as fast as you can possibly go, going to 1.1 and not putting a foregrip that takes off 0.01, not putting a barrel attachment. So there is a tactical barrel which doesn't affect movement speed if you like that one. Another really interesting tip and a really good one that worked well for the Vector was I found I wanted to use iron sights for fun and found that the muzzle flash was quite strong on that gun, like the SG550. And what I did was put the silencer on and it eliminated all of the muzzle flash. So that was a really big opening for me. So you would think that the flash hider would do the same thing, but it actually doesn't on at least the Vector particularly. The MP7 doesn't have the same issue really. I don't find the muzzle flash a problem with that one. And the PP2000 is great in a way. It has 40 rounds, whereas the Vector has been reduced to 36 now, and MP7 is just 30 off the top of my head. So let's not forget there are downsides to this setup. You have lost your range entirely. You're really only a close range fighter these days with the Vector not having a big long range on it. Not that I tried it before because it was so overpowered. I didn't want to be one of those guys using it, abusing it. The other one is having light armor means you do take less damage, though it's really not that noticeable in this particular game. Between normal and a normal helmet and light armor doesn't seem to affect me too much anyway.
I got no bullets.
The other major one is you have very few bullets, so you find yourself really being careful to pick up ammo whenever you find it. So you can run a Ranger belt, but again that slows you down that touch. So sometimes I'm running 5 or 4 even mags, and so it's sort of a case of getting it done and then even whipping out the pistol and having a few runs with that, which has been good anyway. So there's something to be aware of. So definitely give it a go. It won't turn you into a pro overnight. It certainly hasn't made me that much better, but it's improved my gameplay so that instead of being shot in the back all the time, I'm doing the back shooting and getting on top of the table because I get between the flags really quickly instead of languishing behind a barrier somewhere trying to pick headshots with the Scar. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.